Capricorn, welcome to the Tarot Room. My name is Robyn. And Capricorn, today let's do a what's next in love. Let's see what's coming towards you. Let's see who's coming towards you. If you're in a relationship, we tap into that. Let's see what's going down. But let's talk about you, Capricorn, and see what's coming down the chute in the department of love. All right, what do we have? We have talking, interested, conversing more, awaited messages, text, call, and hovering. Well, we got some communication coming through here. You could be getting a message that you've been waiting for, maybe, or maybe someone's not responding in a timely manner here. Let's find out. But it looks like something fresh, something new, Capricorn. Let's get into your reading. Spirit guides, what's going on with Cappy in love? What's coming towards them? We start this with Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Okay. And Capricorn, for those of you who are interested, I am open for personal readings. If you'd like one, the link is in the description box below. Or you can find it on my website, which is thetaroroom.net. Queen of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, the High Priestess. Yeah, I do feel you're kind of waiting to hear from somebody here. Let's see. I don't get like a past person. I just kind of, maybe someone's a slow responder or something. We'll find out. We'll see what this means. We'll find out, Capricorn. We have Cancer, Pisces energy with this High Priestess. Well, damn. Hold on. That fell on my chair. It is right here. Four of Wands is in reverse. Okay. And Capricorn, I know I've reverted back to this for the last few readings, so I just thought I'd give you an explanation. People like to ask those questions. So I'm at the cottage. So last summer, we did not go to our cottage at all because I had the pups, right? Nala and Wally. And Wally's a barker, so I didn't want to go up there and annoy people. I had to train him. No barking Wally. So we didn't really go up as much. And my son has just expressed his desire to go up there more often. He really likes it up there. So when you see me kind of revert back to the cards for a few readings in a row, it just means I'm at the cottage. I'll go back to the other format once I'm home. So it just means we're up here and I'm not a teacher, so I can't just like not work for 2 or 3 months. It's not realistic for the majority of us. So plus I just love tarot, and I like to read tarot. It's rejuvenating and relaxing for me. So we have the Four of Pentacles, we have the Four of Swords, we have Death. All right, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy here. We have the Empress. What's this? Taurus, Virgo, Libra, Three of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Let's understand this energy. So the Queen of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. I think you're on the fence in this person. So if you haven't met them, you're about to. But if you have met them, I don't feel it's like you're in a relationship. I feel you're talking, you're getting to know each other, but I think we have a slow responder. So it's like they might not respond to you for like 8 hours, but it's like, they read your text. You know what I'm saying? Like most people have their phone on them. They could just be really busy, but from my experience, that's an excuse. People make time for what's important to them. So the Queen of Swords here. I think you're feeling this out, Capricorn. Queen of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, the Four of Cups. You are. You're feeling this out here. There's the Death. Are they going to change? When you first meet somebody, some people don't want to seem desperate and respond like immediately. Maybe they're playing games. Maybe they have other options. Maybe they're just busy. It's summertime. They're working. There's you. Wondering if this is going anywhere. Wheel of Fortune. So I feel you're wondering if this is going to change, right? So I do feel it's a very fresh and a new thing here, and you're just wondering if this is going to work. I get a slow responder. I felt it right off the bat. So it's like, is that a red flag, or is it just because it's something fresh, something new? They don't want to seem desperate. They don't want to seem like they don't have a life. There's different reasons that people do different things. Sometimes it's a reason. Sometimes it's a red flag. You're feeling this out, wondering if this is going to work. What do we need to know about this person? What are their intentions then? Let's just ask the hard-hitting questions. Let's be a journalist here. Get right down to it. What are their intentions? Why are they a slow responder? What does Capricorn need to know about this? King of Swords. The Five of Swords. What the hell? Two of Cups. This person's guarded. They have very strong walls. This is going to be a difficult person to get to know. Yep. This person's very guarded. And there's someone else here. Okay. Queen of Wands, the Eight of Swords. So either they're not over an ex and they're guarded, or they're dating someone else, which when you date someone in the beginning, you got to expect that they're going to have options, especially if they're high value, high class. There's going to be people interested in them. There is someone else here, Capricorn. So they don't know what they want. They don't know so they're going to get to know you, and they're going to get to know this other person, which is why there's a slow responding. But there's the Two of Cups. So they want I mean, you got to respect it. They want to get to know you, but they also want to get to know this other person. And everybody dates differently. Some people are monogamous daters. Some people will keep their options open and explore multiple energies. Just know yourself, right? When we talk about physical intimacy, some people can just do the deed. They're good to go. Some people can't. So if you need monogamy, if you're worried about that, then don't do the physical deed. But if you're fine dating other people, humping around, then just do it. It's up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. But there is someone else here. That's the reason for the delay. And they want to get to know you, and they want to get to know this other person. They're dating two people, Capricorn. Okay. So 4 Wands is in reverse. You're wondering if you want to work this out. It's very obvious to me. Is this worth your time? Is it worth your investment? Are they prioritizing them and not prioritizing you? Are they going to leave you out in the cold? But you see potential here. There's the 10 of Cups. You're attracted to this person. And there's the Queen of Cups. You have feelings for this person. There's the 4 Swords, but you're not getting ahead of yourself. You're not counting your chickens before you're hatching. So I see you dating. I see a slow responder. Yes, I do see this person having other options. They want to get to know both of you to see who they're compatible with. The 3 of Wands in this deck tells me you're going to take this very, very slow. You're not going to get ahead of yourself. I don't really see the physical aspect of things here. I just see you guys dating, talking, getting to know them. This isn't something where you're talking 37, sending text all day long. There's going to be separation and distance between the text and between the dates. Remember back in the 90s before texting was a thing? When you met someone, you didn't call them for 3 days because you didn't remember those days. Maybe this person's a little bit old school and they're like doing that kind of thing. But nowadays it's just because of texting, it's not realistic to do that anymore. They're playing games, but I get that vibe, right? I have a little bit of a traditional, of an old school vibe here. You're going to take this slow, one day at a time. With the 4 of Pentacles and the Page of Swords, it does tells me there's a holding back, right? You don't fully trust this person. You can sense they're dating other people or they're prioritizing other things in their life. And like I said, at the beginning of a connection, when you first meet them, that's normal. If you've been talking to this person for 10 months, that's not normal. Go run. They're not interested, okay? But if it's brand new, you're just meeting this person, that's a normal energy. You have to expect that, as difficult as it may be. And that's what I see here is a little bit of holding back. You're talking to each other, you're getting to know each other, but you're definitely not spilling your beans here, telling them all the most vulnerable things about you and vice versa. You guys are just getting to know each other. Do you have the same interests? Is there compatibility? Do you want the same thing in life? I'm going to say like maybe 1 or 2 dates a week here, type of energy is what I feel with this. I feel something very casual, very new, very fresh. And you're going to hold back a little bit here, Capricorn, which makes sense because you sense that you're not the only person that they're dating. And like I said, if you just meet them, that's great. It's not great, but it's normal. But if you've been dating this person for like a year, that's not normal, okay? They're not progressing it forward. They're stringing you along. So just know the situation and how it applies to you. It's not fair to be strung along. But when you first meet someone, you have to expect that they're going to want to get to know you first, and vice versa. You're going to want to know them before you jump into something. I see dating. Okay, that's a really long explanation for 2 people who just met and are dating. All right, let's grab some oracles. We'll see what they want to say. We'll jump back into the tarot. Today's July the 2nd. We had some fireworks last night in Canada. Happy Canada Day to my fellow Canadians. And we'll see where you guys are in August. We'll go a month out at the beginning of August and see how this plays out. If you're still dating or getting to know this person, or if you moved on. What's the caring connection between Capricorn and this person coming through? Commitment. Yep. Commitment is an important factor to achieve a successful relationship. I think that's why I was mentioning that, if you've only known this person for a week or 2, this is normal, it's expected. But if you've known them for like months and months, that's not normal. They're stringing you along. So commitment's important. So just know yourself and be aware of kind of the timelines and the time frames. If something is not moving forward, it is a waste of your time. They're going to continue to do that. But you also have to get to know each other. You have that kind of time at the beginning, right? I don't know why because you know why I'm saying that? Because I feel some of you have been dating this person for a while and nothing's happening. And some of you, I feel like it's fresh and brand spanking new. So apply the situation that applies to you, but that's what we got. They want to grab me the surrender cards. I didn't pull them out. Hold on. Where are they? Okay. So what does Capricorn need to surrender when it comes to this person, this situation? What does Capricorn need to surrender to, baby? What do we have? Okay, we got an unhealthy relationship here. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. So, like I said, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, this isn't normal. Week or two, this is normal. So let's see how it plays out. Let's get into it because I got a feeling this is not going to change. Let's see. I could be wrong. Let's do it. Let's get down to it, Capricorn. Let's get your potential outcome. Now, when I say potential, there's always free will. You're going to make the decisions you're going to make. And when I say outcome, like I said, let's see where you are at the end of July, beginning of August. Let's see if this plays out or if this just goes nowhere. Let's see what happens here. We have the King of Cups. We have Judgment. The grovels, no, what is that called? The judge thing? I think it's called the gravel, the thing. Bam! Judgment has been made. Decisions have been made here, but let's see. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy with that King of Cups. Yep, the Seven of Swords. I was feeling that. Oh, shit. What the hell is this, though? The King and the Queen of Cups. But there's the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, shit. There's the culprit. There's the other person. Look at her looking at you. Yep, I'm involved here. There's the Knight of Swords. There's the two. They can't choose, and I feel you're going to choose for them. So I do feel you feel a strong bond. I feel there's a connection here. We have a compatible partnership. We have a King and the Queen of Cups. However, this person's stringing you along, Capricorn. And when I say that, there's another person here, and they can't decide. So I do feel you're going to decide for them. I don't think you trust them. If you don't trust them, if they're not progressing it forward, if they're not making a decision, they're just stringing you along, this ain't going nowhere. Now, one of two things will happen here. When you tell this person, listen, this isn't going anywhere, nothing's happening, they might, freak out. Well, I don't want to lose Capricorn. Some people got to be in that energy. Or they'll just be like, all right, that's fine. I'll just go with the other person. But I don't see that decision being made here. What I see is your decision being made. You don't trust them. You know that they're doing other things with other people. At this point, it's been a month. They know if they're interested in you or this other person. After a month, okay? You don't need to date two people for 6 months to make this decision, So you're making the decision for them, Capricorn. I see you letting this go. You don't trust them. Two of Pentacles is in reverse. It's not worth your time. It's a string along. There is someone else here. This Queen of Wands is here. And I do feel you're aware of that. But I also feel like they're at a crossroads. They can't decide. You're going to decide for them. Yep, you end it. There's a Five of Wands. You're at peace with that, though. So you protected your heart. I think you did this right. Not everybody we date will be Prince Charming or our Cinderella or our princess. So sorry to say that, Capricorn. In a month from now, like I said, you decide for them. You make the decision. I think it's a hard one. I do feel you feel a bond, a connection, an attachment. But this person's not progressing this forward. And if they're not progressing it forward, they probably never will. So it's best to walk away. And if they're the right person, they'll come back with commitment on the table. And if not, you'll continue to move forward and you'll find the right person. Capricorn, that's what I got. That's what's next in love. Sort of say that, but that's what I have. So that's what I picked up on today. So just be cautious with your heart and be smart. And know if someone's not interested in commitment. So I do hope you enjoyed your reading. I do hope at least it resonated and benefited you. And as always, Cappy, if you like my style, if you like your reading, I do ask that you like, comment, subscribe. It helps my channel to grow. So thank you. I always appreciate your support. What I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to close your reading off with your final message. But for those of you who like the yes or no, it's a very controversial thing, apparently. We'll do that right after. So if you don't like it, you don't got to watch it. We'll close it off with the final message. And if you like it, we'll get your yes or no after here, Cappy. What's the final message for Capricorn? What do we have, darling? Compassion for others begins with kindness to ourselves. Carry this affirmation with you today. I am here right now, and that is enough. And a divine power has woven every moment into the intricate tapestry of life to help guide our spiritual progress. Trust in that power and move through life with confidence and humility. Take care to channel energy in and energy out. Strive for balance. All right, and let's get the yes or no. So for those of you who lack the yes or no, what's the answer for Capricorn? It could be. All right, Cappy. Truly wish you the best of luck. Until next time.